education is the only way children from streets and slums can break their ceiling, the glass ceiling. My name is Shukla Bose. I am the founder and CEO of Parikrama Humanity Foundation, which is an NGO that runs high quality schools and college for street, slum and orphan children. The idea of wanting to do this kind of work began when after many years of corporate life, I began to sort of get very fascinated with obituaries, and I actually began to write my own obituary. And I realized that although I had won many awards, I was considered one of those very few women CEOs in the country at that time, I really didn't have much to write in my obituary. That really triggered this interest to do something more meaningful. The vision of Parikrama is to ensure that we bring up a generation of poor children who do not need to think poorly, who actually begin to think that they are as equal as anybody. It addresses the 360-degree needs of a child. So it's 3 meals a day, total health care, working with the families and giving them high quality English medium education. That's what we call the circle of life. Parikrama is full of stories of transformation, many stories of how desperate situation was before Parikrama schools began, and how there's kind of a light at the end of the tunnel for many, many lives that we are addressing today.
My name is Falita. I'm currently doing my BA LLB. I joined Parikrama in 2003 from the day it started. While in Parikrama, I got the opportunity to do many things, and later when I was in 11th standard, I got a chance to go to the Global Youth Leadership Summit held in San Diego, USA. There, basically, again, I got to meet people from different countries, so that was again a great experience, and that helped me become a completely different individual.
My name is Dhruv Nagarkati. I'm currently a volunteer at Parikrama. The reason why I chose Parikrama is the work that you actually do actually makes an impact on children's lives, and you see that on a day-to-day basis. I think that's extremely fulfilling from a volunteer's perspective.
I used to stand near the bus stop just opposite Parikrama to just drop my children off, and I saw very happy children playing. And as we were talking with my husband and me, we were talking to our children, they said that this can't be a school because school is supposed to be very serious, and here you have very happy children, and that made me just enter the gates of Parikrama to find out what exactly is it. And I started as a volunteer and have really enjoyed every bit of it.
My role as, the head of academic administration and the principal of the Parikrama Junior College, I've had the fortune of seeing children that came in at age 5, 6, 7 maybe, and now passing out from various colleges, and it has been the most rewarding experience.
I would not have been a meritorious student if it wasn't for Parikrama. So, I mean, in any way, it obviously ends up in Parikrama helping me to be what I am.
Changing mindsets is a huge challenge, but also for us to be sustainable, we need financial support, and this constantly having to tell the story, get people to support us is a challenge. My message to young people who are well placed in jobs is you can do something for society now. You do not need to either get older or to have accumulated wealth to be able to contribute to ensure that this divide between the poor and rich does not actually expand any further. Our children are our responsibilities till they become responsible and start taking care of society around them.
In India, every state has a different language. So when a 10-year-old comes to Bangalore, say from Bengal, he may have been out of school for 2-3 years. Which kind of school he fits into? He doesn't know Kannada, he cannot go to a government school. He doesn't have basic literacy in any language, so he cannot go to an English medium school. So even if he wanted to go to a school, there is no opportunity. So that's when we thought that there has to be a tailor-made situation for them, which helps them get mingled with the mainstream at a later date. And we started this concept of bridge schools. My name is Mom Banerjee, and I think I'm from a very regular middle class family, and I was entitled to all the opportunities which we get as a regular middle class family. When I was in school, I realized that the opportunities which we are getting so much granted is actually, there are a lot of them who don't get this. This was a bother point from me, and I wanted to see that if possible, when I grow up, I would like to see that most of the people around me get this opportunity. What we do is we create a school-like structure in a few shades or a row of rooms we hire, and we get these children enrolled in this bridge school, where we encourage them to come with their siblings. So even if they have a 6-month-old baby to take care of or a 2-year-old toddler to be taken care of, we ask them to come with them, and we have a separate nursery class where a dedicated resource is there to take care of the siblings while the older children can study.
I'm Ramya, and I've been teaching at Samriddhi for about a year now. I started about a year back, and I just started because I wanted to do something more than just IT. And English is something that comes to me really easy, and to come to these kids and realize that they don't know even, and they probably don't even have the chance to learn these things. To know that, they don't have the access that we've had, and it makes me feel good that at least I can be, I might not be doing much, but at least I provide something for them.
After the child goes through the bridge school of 1 year, every child is put to a mainstream English medium schools, and every school has a fee, school fee. The total school fee right now comes to about ₹20,000 a year. We need sponsors like you who can pay 10,000, which is only half the sponsorship amount. The parents are convinced to pay the other half. So that's a major differentiator, that the parents becomes a stakeholder in the education of their own child, and it's quite a bit of stretch for them to pay 10,000 a year, and sometimes they have 2 or 3 children. But they're doing it, and that's why we are so successful.
मेरा नाम मुनीर है, मेरा बेटा का नाम रूबेल है, मेरा छोटा सा एक दुकान है, मेरा बेटा 6th क्लास में पढ़ रहा है। मैम लोग आए, आके पूछा हमारा बच्चा स्कूल जाता नहीं जाता है, तो हमने बोला नहीं जाता है, तो इधर इन लोगों ने फिर हमारा बच्चे को स्कूल में ले गया। पहले तो यही 5 साल हम इधर में लेके आए, उधर उसके बाद जाके बड़े स्कूल में भेजा इन्होंने।
समृद्धि ट्रस्ट ने मेरे जीवन में बहुत फ़र्क लाया है। हम दिल्ली से जब आए थे, मैं तो बिल्कुल निराश थी कि मेरा बेटा पता नहीं क्या करेगा आगे जाके। वो कबाड़े का काम करेगा, क्या करेगा समझ नहीं आ रही थी। तो मोम मैम आई और मुझे रास्ता दिखाया। आज मैं बहुत खुश हूँ। क्लास 7th में पढ़ रहा है और आगे भी मैं चाहती कि बहुत पढ़ाई करे वो।
After putting them in a mainstream school, we ensure that every child comes back to the Bridge School for a 2-hour session, and this is to support them sustain in school. Ultimate objective is to get them out of this cycle of vicious cycle of poverty, I would say, and get them break it and go in one definite direction, so that not only the child but the family of the child gets growth and samriddhi. You can come and fund the education of a child when he goes to mainstream schools. You can come and spend 1 hour in the whole week to benefit 5 kids, and you will see that what you gain out of it is much more than what you give.
Unless you actually come down here, see a kid and then actually make a difference to them, you never really know the change you're making.
In the year 2004, we started like a small children's home of 13, and since I also was born in a poor background, and one organization helped me to study, and that organization motivated me to start this organization called Santosh Charitable Trust. My name is Isaac Dorairaj. I am from Bangalore. In the year 2004, after my studies, I was been teaching in a college, and as I was being a lecturer, I thought that if I can educate some poor children so that they can be responsible people. As I was teaching in the college, I shared this with my colleagues, and they from their community, they started to bring the very poor orphans and semi-orphan children to our children's home, and that's how the first boy Santosh came.
My name is Samuel, and I came here in Santosh Charitable Trust in the year 2005. And when I came here, I was 8 years old, and now I'm doing my first year diploma course in computer science engineering, and in future I would like to be a software engineer or better than that.
My brother has decided you brought me here, and I came here, and this is very helpful for me. When I was in my home, I was studying in government school, and I came here and joined English medium. I feel happy. Then I keep extra effort and extra time on spending on studies. How I come up now, I'm studying now in civil engineering second year. That I feel proud of myself.
I was born as a poor boy, and one organization helped me, and they shared to me that in future you have to serve more children. So the message I want to give to the people is that if you can come up with a little bit of a work, you can spend your time for these poor children.
very fact that today I'm talking to you is because both you and me have been to a school. So, and we want every child to go to school. You don't want your next door neighbor not to go to school. So that is why I would appeal to you and I would request you to be a stakeholder in this whole effort.
India is the highest illiterate population in the world. If people can come up with their time and money a little bit for these poor children, I think we can change this illiterate population into a literate population in the world.
It's so important to care for people around you, because many a times we create worlds around ourselves and we think that is sufficient. But really, you yourself cannot live very safely, you cannot live in peace if around you is chaotic. So you have a role to do something about the world around you and not hide yourself in the self-created world that you have.